Um, Hi. I wrote some things, so yeah. There's an old axe sitting in the carport of my neighbor's house. It hangs against two nails on the wall in the very back, behind tool racks and firewood and a tractor. The axe's metal is chipped and rusted over, and the handle is pockmarked with holes from a generation's worth of termites. The mud daubers who make their homes on the wall alongside it tell their children legends of its infamy, of how their ancestors would tell tales of generations before them living to see a time when the blade was put into use. That weapon that shone dully in the shadows now was once a polished marvel, sharp enough to raise the very forest around them. There was a man they'd seen that would take that axe to fell trees to clear a plot of land for his own, for a future family. At nighttime, he would take the axe to his whetstone and pour over the blade with love to maintain its pristine condition. In the day, tree after tree would fall, one after the other, at the hands of the axe. Trees to logs, some logs to firewood, and the others split to build a house. Then in the evenings, that firewood would be piled up along the side of the house, with the structure newly laid. In the nights then, the man would huddle inside his house with his wife and child tending to the fireplace to keep them warm. The axe rested instead, wedged inside an old tree stump. The axe began to rust. Termites crawled up to meet it from the tree stump, and the moist air kissed the steely blade. Years would pass, and now, even in the day, the man would shut himself away inside the house with his family. Mountains of firewood had built up by the side of the building, stacked up so high that not even an army could use it all in one lifetime. Vines crept up and flourished around the blade, tall grass and saplings unfurled around the base of the stump. Termites constructed tunnels within the blade's handle, and silky cobwebs tethered and intertwined it to the stump. Insects danced and played along the length of the axe, forgotten by the man it was. The axe thinks maybe this is where it belongs now. This is where it must rest, now that it has been exhausted. But the axe still has more to give. A younger man came along one morning with the same sharp features and ambitious glint in his eye as the man before him. He had that same need for something to use, that mirror image of the man before him. He pried the axe from the stump, divorcing it from vines and grass and shaking off spiders and termites. The younger man dug up his father's whetstone, took the old axe, and ground away the rust. He could not restore the blade to its former condition. It was impossible. He could not turn back the years, even if he gave it his life. But the young man ground away at the metal anyways, shaving it off and into a sharp point. The metal was smaller than it had been before, but it was still sharp. The axe would serve the young man as best as it could, and it gave its all. And when the young man left the house to build one for his own, he took the axe with him. He felled trees, cleared a plot of land, made planks and firewood. He raised forests, and with each length of wood the axe split, the blade got duller. The young man would remedy this with the whetstone, but with each night that passed, the blade got smaller and smaller. The blade began to crumble. The young man finished his house. His wife and child lay inside now, and a small mountain of firewood rested at the side of the house outside. But before the man locked himself inside for the night, he looked at his work with a smile. Unlike the man before him, this man had built a carport alongside his house. With a hammer, he set 2 nails into one of its walls and set his axe to rest upon it. He stowed the whetstone away in a place he would never remember to find it again. The axe does more than just rust now, it rots. Termites reunite with its wooden handle and burrow into old tunnels, haphazardly patched over from years before. Years of rain and moisture embrace it, and it continues to crumble. It sits again, and sits and sits, and watches as the world moves around it. Another young man comes, walks into the carport in search of something. But as his eyes pass over the axe, they do not come back. The young man leaves, and does not return. The axe has been forgotten. It is nothing left to give. It was used, only taken care of when it suited another, and now that an old shadow looms in front of it, it knows it cannot serve that purpose again. It would sooner crumble away into dust. And crumble it does. Thank you.